Welcome to Mismatch Chapter 2. You know, when you think about it, when you say it actually sounds like mismatch, as in a mismatched pair. So, hope you're all having a good day. The Magic Spark. You just found out that Veronica Hart, former CEO of Tusco Matchmaking, is stepping down. And you're in the running to take her place as CEO. What the hell just happened? Miss Hart, what prompted this change? How do shareholders feel about such an unorthodox selection criteria? Wouldn't you like to know? Assistants, see the press out, will you? I think they've been given enough to chew on tonight. Veronica waves the press off, and as a flock of assistants start herding them towards the exit, she turns to the room full of gobsmacked matchmakers. You all look surprised. Good. That will make this even more fun. Your first challenge starts now. She motions across the ballroom, where a bunch of people sat around tables, expressions ranging from nervous to hopeful. Ooh. It's Caitlin Liao's mother. What, did she divorce her husband? These impressive singles are Tusco's diamond clients. They've joined us here tonight to find love, and they need your help to do it. Matchmakers, your job is to find a diamond client, find their match. Anyone whose client doesn't have a date by the end of tonight is out. Wait, we're matchmaking right now? Do you think the competition for my beloved company would be easy? You have 3 hours, starting now. Immediately, the room breaks out into chaos. Matchmakers rush up to the clients, some of them taking out folders, all of them clearly in their element. I have no idea what I've gotten myself into. Understatement of the century. Aphrodite stands beside you, and there's a beat of awkwardness when you realise you're competitors now. Hey, Aphrodite, sorry about that whole you not being CEO thing. So, game on? I knew you were planning on this being your big night. And instead, the position's open, and I've got you for a competition. She laughs light-heartedly, but it's obviously forced. The smile slips off her face, and she looks at you head-on. I don't mean this as an insult, but you're not going to win this, Valentina. Or remind me, who helped you smooth over that date at the stockyard yesterday? This isn't the stockyard. It's a competition between professionals. You don't know the ropes, the process, you're in over your head. Sounds like you're worried about me. Someone's feeling the heat. Which is very sweet, Aphrodite. But I'm a big girl and I can figure out my own process just fine. I'm sure you can, but can you measure up to the people who've been working in this field for years? Oh, and now you're just trying to impress me. You'll have to try a little harder. I like your fire, but it won't be enough to get you through tonight. Game on, Aphrodite. Oh, and don't bother grabbing a snack, because you'll be eating your words by the end of the night. With one more appraising grin, Aphrodite disappears into the crowd of matchmakers and clients. Your bravado starts to slip, and you jump as Veronica starts shouting at one of her matchmakers nearby. Dawson, never tell a client somebody is out of their league. I'm not waiting for the end of the night. You're out now. I need a plan. You duck into the bathroom and lean against the counter, staring at your harried reflection and taking deep, deep breaths. I'm only competing to run a multi-million-dollar company that hired me 2 minutes ago. No big deal. Just your average D. The bathroom door swings open again and a girl runs in tears. This can't be happening. She grabs a handful of paper towels out of the dispenser, blows her nose loud, then starts sobbing into her hands. Hey, are you alright? No, I asked why my matchmaker was trying to pair two people with opposing core values, and now she's gonna tell Veronica to fire me. She said she didn't need her matchmaking decisions questioned by an assistant who can't even match her polka dots with her shoes. That's rough. Honestly, it sounds like you're better off without her. What do you mean? Come on, she can't have many clients. Don't matchmakers need to have, I don't know, basic human kindness? Deborah's harsh, but she's good at her job. I get it, she really wants to be CEO, and I was questioning her authority. Deborah's a bitch. Don't listen to her, random woman. Maybe I'm not a good enough assistant, but the magical look in someone's eyes when they found love, I just want to help people find that. You grab another paper towel and hand it to her. She takes it gratefully and dabs at her eyes and nose. Actually, I could use your help if you're willing to give it. You explain your situation and the girl gasps. Veronica threw you into the competition just like that? At least you don't have anything to lose. Let's just say someone told me I wouldn't make it past tonight's challenge, and I intend to prove them wrong. I'd be happy to help. I'm Maggie, by the way. I've memorized the files on all our clients here tonight. Alright, Maggie. Welcome to Team Valentina. Be my assistant, and together, let's prove Aphrodite and Deborah wrong. She squeals and pulls you into a hug before quickly stepping back and clapping her hands over her face. Sorry, I just get excited. It kind of happens a lot. I'll try to tone it down. You're good. Now let's get out there and make a match. With Maggie cheering you on, you re-enter the party and spot a man off to the side, sipping a drink and looking tentative. Poor man. Maggie, what can you tell me about that guy over there? He's apparently a pretty normal guy. No red flags, super rich. He likes dogs, studying history, and gardening. Okay, let's see what I can do with that. You approach the man with a wide professional smile, holding out your hand. Hi there, I'm Valentina, a matchmaker with Tuzco. How can I help you find love today? I'm not exactly sure. My name's Pete. I'm a retired banker. I'm sort of new to the dating game. I lost my wife, Dolores, a few years ago. Before she went, she told me I had 3 years to get back out there, or she'd haunt me. I only came tonight because today was my deadline. I didn't realize moving on would be this difficult. Pete, moving on doesn't have to be easy. How scary a ghost would your wife be? You still love your wife. You don't have to be sure of anything right now. In fact, if you aren't ready, you shouldn't push yourself. Dolores said she knew I'd make getting back into the dating game intentionally difficult for myself. And are you? Probably. We had a fantastic marriage, but it may never have happened if I'd never gotten over my nerves and asked her on our first date. His gaze flits to a far corner of the ballroom. You follow his line of sight and see Caitlin Liao's mother. What's her name? Julia. We talked a little bit earlier. She loves cats, and I'm honestly terrified of them. Or I was, until she started showing me funny photos of her cat, Franklin. I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. You raise your eyebrows, and he smiles sheepishly. I should go talk to her some more, shouldn't I? Yes, and remember, she already likes you. It's your turn to share your interests. Slow and steady is just fine. Are you sure? She showed you her cat photos. Her cat photos. That's a big deal. You've got this, Pete. With a grateful smile, Pete walks over to Julia, who lights up when she sees him approaching. Wow, you're a natural. You didn't even need the file. They already had a connection. It's usually confidence that people need help with. Aphrodite so owes me an apology. Do I now? You jump up as Aphrodite breezes up beside you. She nods towards where Peter and Julia are talking animatedly. Looks like our clients are hitting it off. Wait, Julia is your client? Yep, you got lucky. It looks like we'll be working this one together. Us working together? Oh, come on. Knew you couldn't stay away from me. So what is it that keeps you coming back? My magnetic personality? My boundless self-confidence? The fact that you're my date and our clients had already met prior to us taking them on? That's a lot of words for destiny. Aphrodite crosses her arms, trying and failing to hold back a smile. There's some cute shit. Our clients have to leave tonight with a date planned if we want to make the next round of the competition. Eavesdrop with me. The two of you weave through the tables, stopping just where you can catch a bit of Pete and Julia's conversation. I've just read a book about how women spies in World War II used knitting to send secret codes to the Allies. I heard about that in a book on cryptography in the 1940s. What a coincidence. Both in the 60s talking about World War II, they are match made in Boomer Avon. It's a start, but we need a spark to get them from hitting it off to falling in love. And I'm not some kind of amateur who leaves that to chance. Do you really think that love is just some feeble thing that'll disappear without someone else interfering? Love's the end goal, the all-enduring thing at the end of the tunnel. But we need some magic to ensure this connection lasts. Aphrodite plucks 2 flutes of champagne from a passing server and hands one to you, clinking your glasses together. So, your couple is out on a date. You cut the power and suddenly they're giggling and looking for the candles and matches. They realize they've never shared a moment like this with anyone else. That's the kind of magic that makes love happen. Even if it's that same unique, special moment you've crafted for 100 other couples. Wait, you can't manufacture love? Did you pull that on me last night? If you put the ice cream cards on all the girls, I swear. Do you think I pull it on all the girls? She waggles her eyebrows conspiratorially. You playfully punch her arm. Okay, fine. I don't. I was as swept up in it as you were. That was all natural, and some very good timing on the vendor's part. And clearly, these two have something natural going on too. A little dose of magic will take their date from great to perfect. I don't know. It sounds like you're trying way too hard to create something that should happen naturally between people. It's called being a matchmaker. It's why we get hired. People need help finding love, and we make it happen. I disagree with Aphrodite. I more agree with our main girl over there. Perhaps you two can put this to the test. Like, Valentina is clearly in the right. You can't manufacture love. You feel a nudge and look down to see Maggie slipping a little golden key into your hand. The rooftop here is so romantic, and someone just convinced the security guy to loan out the only key to that door. You are officially the best assistant ever. The three of us should set up the rooftop for Pete and Julia. Give them a romantic place to take a breather. There are some good scenarios we could set up out there. Getting locked out of the party and having to snuggle for warmth. No, not of the top scenarios. Just some time alone to make their own magic. They'll have their next date planned out in no time, trust me. You're asking me to do things your way? Ooh, no. Then again, it might not be a good idea to take our eyes off our clients for too long. Back to square one then. This could take a while. Fade to darkness. How are you guys enjoying this so far? Do let me know. You and Aphrodite watch the date as it unfolds. Almost 2 hours in, Julia's hand touches Pete's knee, and Pete has an arm around her. Oh, that's cute. Suddenly, Julia leans in to kiss him. Your whole body tenses with excitement, and you grab Aphrodite's arm. It's happening! Oh, Pete looks sad. Pete abruptly pulls away. He says something to Julia and gets up to leave. You and Aphrodite rush to catch up to him before he reaches the exit. This is sad. Hey, bud, easy there. Something go wrong? No, Julia's lovely. I can't. You still aren't ready to move on? I feel so guilty to Dolores that I'm enjoying myself with someone else, even though I know she'd be disappointed that I'm getting cold feet. Pete, she'd be proud of you for showing up. What do you want in your life right now? How does Julia make you feel? The two of you have been talking all night. How has that been for you? Really nice. Julia makes me feel like I have something to be better for. Like she understands me. Don't give up yet. Tell her what you're feeling. If she feels half the things for you that you do about her, she'll listen. Aphrodite puts a reassuring hand on Pete's shoulder. We're here for you. If tonight doesn't work out, that's fine. But if it's given you even a little piece of happiness, isn't that worth holding on to? Pete takes a deep breath in and lets it out. He looks between the two of you, then back at Julia before making his way towards her. Guys, we only have 5 minutes left. You hold your breath as Pete and Julia talk furtively. Did it work? Wait for it. Yay. Pete and Julia take out their phones and exchange numbers before holding each other in a close embrace. Yes, we did it. Just then, Veronica calls the night to a close, and the remaining matchmakers gather in the centre of the ballroom. That wraps up the night. Congratulations to those who survived, and thank you for all your hard work. I'll see you tomorrow. As Veronica walks off, Maggie lifts your hand and smacks a high five into it. Yes, we did it. I've got a train to catch, but I'll see you bright and early tomorrow to show you the office. Get some sleep. You're about to join the crowd of people heading to the exit when you spot Aphrodite and Veronica in a corner. You're about to approach her when you hear, I thought the CEO chair was mine. It's bad enough I have to compete, but then you bring my date into this? Are you questioning my judgment, Aphrodite? She passed tonight's challenge, did she not? Believe me, I see how talented she is. But I've lived in this job for a decade. Doesn't that mean something? So she doesn't want me to compete? In a storm of emotions, you charge out of the building, hailing the first taxi you see. There's only one place you want to be. Let me guess. Is it the stockyard? Oh, no. But it is a bar. Whiskey, neat, and keep 'em coming. Is everything okay? You've just thrown yourself into a bar seat at your favourite restaurant. Your favourite waiter is on shift. But things are far from okay. Julian, it's just been a long night, Julian. I'll take my usual. You spin around to see Aphrodite at the door. Your eyes lock and your vision goes red. No, get out. This is where I go to treat myself after a long day. What are you doing here? Great, first you ditched me at the party, and now you're taking my favorite spot. Well, I was here first, and the door's behind you. Bye. Excuse you, Julian likes me better anyway. Tell her, Jules. You've both been coming here for years, and I usually like you both just fine, but I'm starting to reconsider. Julian places your whiskey on the counter and a martini in front of this next all over. I suggest the two of you talk civilly about whatever's going on, otherwise I'll have to kick you both out. You glower as Aphrodite sits beside you, and she glowers right back. Who pissed in your whiskey? Aphrodite, you owe me an apology. What the hell was that earlier? I wouldn't be surprised if you did, all things considered. What, for showing up at your restaurant? Get over it. No, for telling Veronica she shouldn't have hired me. I do owe you an apology. I don't feel good about what I said. It was really hurtful, especially after we worked together so well. What the hell changed your mind? Nothing changed my mind. You're talented, really. I just have no idea what Veronica was thinking with this competition. Look, obviously this was a curveball for you, but it was for me too, and I'm not complaining about it. I'm not complaining. You don't understand what this opportunity means to me. Aphrodite lets out a blustery sigh and takes a sip of her martini to calm herself. Would you like it if you were pit against a total newbie as a veteran? Would that make you feel like your boss takes you seriously? I guess not, but I deserve this chance too, even if I haven't dreamed about it as long as you. You take another sip of your whiskey, clearing your throat as it burns a bit on the way down. Alright, fine. You pretend I'm not here and we'll just sit in silence and have our drinks. Typical. Excuse me? What do you mean typical? You haven't known me long enough to know what's typical. Even more typical. What are you talking about? You're the type that likes to argue until you realize you might not win the argument. Then you try to shut it down until you get baited again. You're not that hard to figure out, Valentina. Yeah, well, you use jokes to deflect anything personal. Have a total superiority complex. Never told the significant other you love them. Oof, you don't hold your punches. And you didn't contradict what I just said. I think the answer here is to leave you in suspense. You've got a cute thinking face. Ah, I see what's happening. Am I ever going to get the real answer out of you? A devious glint enters her eyes, and she glances back at the rest of the empty restaurant, about a half an hour from closing time. You want a real answer? Let's take this to the table. Have dinner with me. Do you usually ask the girls you were just fighting with out on impromptu dates? Just the ones I like. She clinks a glass against yours and leans a little closer. I can give any two people the perfect date. Remember what I said earlier about the magic spark? What, you're going to make some grand gesture in the middle of dinner and I'm supposed to fall head over heels for you? Scared of feeling a few butterflies? Or just not ready to see my superior matchmaking skills in action? I'm gonna do it, but I'm still confused about this weird jacket dress combo. It's like, it does not look good, girl. You lean towards her, smirking softly. Alright, I'm game, but don't get cocky. I'm going to walk out of here feeling no different than I already do. Go choose a table. Give me 5 minutes and I'll be back. You take a table by the window and she joins you a few minutes later, grinning smugly. You raise your eyebrows. 5 minutes and you show up empty-handed? Things aren't looking good for you, Aphrodite. Pretty sure it only took 3 minutes. In that case, those were 3 minutes wasted. At least you know not to keep a lady waiting. I'm nothing if not an attentive date. Hang on, I'm supposed to be the one passing judgment to you. What, don't I get a chance to rattle off my best qualities? You realise you're both leaning across the table towards each other, and you sit back just in time for Julian to set another whiskey in front of you and a martini in front of Aphrodite. Wait, hold on, there are 3 olives in here. I always get 4, but it's the end of the night and we're out. This is all I can give you. Why are you trying to hurt me? So, you're an olive lover? Honestly, the olives are the best part of a martini, but I'd look like an idiot if I just sat down at the bar and asked for olives. And that's one layer of my mystique peeled back. I'll make you work for the rest. What's, like a guessing game? Sure, you guess right, I'll take a drink of this martini I secretly don't even like. If you're wrong, you take a drink. Okay then, you as the older sibling were a straight-A student, were a child prodigy in a niche musical instrument. Only child. I always wanted a little brother to roughhouse though. You strike me as an older sibling with all that teacher's pet energy. First of all, excuse you. Second of all, it's not your turn to guess. In that case, take your drink. You reach across the table to swipe up her martini and take a sip, making her splutter. I said your drink. And you said you didn't like martinis. I'm giving you a hand. You take one of her olives for good measure and pop it into your mouth. You're vicious. I'm angry. And dinner is served. Julian places 2 plates on the table piled high with fragrant and steaming spaghetti. This is my favorite dish on the menu. Comfort food after a long day. Go on, take a bite. You twirl up some spaghetti and take a bite, unable to help the quiet moan of appreciation as the savoury flavours burst over your tongue. You spot Aphrodite watching you, eyebrows raised. What are you doing? Gauging how impressed you are. Based on your reactions, I'd say I'm doing pretty good. Don't take this to heart, Aphrodite, but a plate of spaghetti isn't making me feel those magic sparks. You haven't stopped smiling in 10 minutes. I'm just still caught up on your olive obsession, wondering what the big surprise would be. Alright then, how about this? Those mini quiche they were serving at the party, a total guilty pleasure. Mini quiche? No, that's bougie. When I can buy a jumbo pack from the freezer section at Trader Joe's? More like lazy. The two of you enjoy your pasta for a few minutes. When she nudges your foot under the table, you roll your eyes and playfully kick her shin. There's a subtle smile on Aphrodite's lips as she slides her eyes to the window, and then her gaze turns pensive. Penny for your thoughts? She motions with her fork at a small dance studio shoved between a bodega and a dentist's office across the street. I spent most of my childhood going to classes there. It's a good place, good teachers. You took dance lessons? What kinds? Modern, hip-hop, ballet? No, and no. The lights dim and a soft tune filters through the speakers. Aphrodite stands, holding out a hand. How about a demonstration? You take her hand, unable to bite back a soft laugh as you rise from your seat. She places her free hand on your waist and you mirror the pose. You learned ballroom dancing? It's been a while, but I think I still have it in me. She starts to guide you, but you hold your ground and she gives you a questioning look. This is so cheesy. I have 2 left feet. You assume that let you lead. That's just because you're the one who took the fancy lessons. How do you know I didn't? Right, oh, how presumptuous of me. Okay, show me what you got. I call this the Valentina's way. Aphrodite laughs softly, genuine endearment in her gaze as you start navigating the two of you in a simple side-to-side step. You let yourself get lost in the music, the quiet simplicity of it. The music swells around you as the two of you step in sync. So, why a dance? I just thought you could use one. Why? It's like I said last night, you're a bleeding heart, always putting all your energy into other people, never doing anything nice for yourself. I so didn't ask for that personal attack. When's the last time you breathed, like really took a break and let yourself relax? You got me, I don't even know. The last time you had a nice sit-down dinner with someone? I'm assuming we aren't counting the microwave. I serve drinks for a living. I don't have time for fancy stuff. Don't have time or don't make time? Get to tell me why all this psychoanalyzing is going? You said it's the ambience and the quiet moments that matter between people. I figured you deserved to experience that kind of thing too. So drinks, dinner, and one of my moments that, all things considered, is pretty tame compared to what I usually give people. I figured to dance in the middle of the restaurant fit both our standards. A little flashy for me, but not too flashy for you. You really paid attention to everything I said earlier? I've been paying attention to you from the moment I first met you, Valentina. You can't help it. You feel a flutter in your chest that turns into a hot swell of frustration as Aphrodite smirks. Ha! That was the spark. I saw it on your face. You felt it. I'll step on her foot, flick her forehead. You let go of her hand to flick your finger against her forehead, making her wince. Such a childish thing. Don't make moments if you're going to ruin them by opening your dumb mouth. Noted for next time. Next time, you are 10 steps too ahead of yourself. You realize, as waiters stack chairs on tables, that the restaurant is closing, and the two of you come to a slow stop. You sigh, remembering earlier. That was nice and all, but it doesn't change what you said to Veronica. I know, consider this an apology too, if you can. Her low voice is surprisingly sincere, and you bite your lip, looking away. Can I walk you home? Are you sure that's a good idea? No, but I want to find out. She leans in and murmurs in your ear, hands sliding around your back. Admit it, you felt some butterflies. You push her away and walk to the door, composing yourself before you turn around and cross your arms. I'm feeling like you can pay the bill if you really want me to consider that an apology. God, you're such a challenge. After she pays, the two of you start down the street towards your apartment. Your arm is affectionately looped through Aphrodite's as you laugh at a story she just told. So yeah, that's how I got out of a traffic stop for speeding on a bicycle. I don't know how you managed to talk yourself out of literally anything. Is that a skill or a defense mechanism? I think I've revealed enough secrets for one night. Her smile fades and she clears her throat. About tonight, we ought to talk. This is the end for us. We can't see each other anymore outside of work. Hold on a minute. Is this because we're competitors now? It's more than that. Listen, tonight was fun, but I can't lose this competition. I've worked too hard to get distracted now. Tension thickens between you. Aphrodite crosses her arms as you simmer in rage. Excuse me? How dare you call me a distraction when I helped you tonight? That's not what I meant. You don't understand. You keep saying that, but then you won't explain what I'm not understanding. Fire flickers in her gaze, anger and something else. You want to know what I'm thinking about this, about you? I've been saying that literally all night. Thanks for finally catching up. God, you are so frustrating, you know that? I'll show you frustrating you. And before you know it... Pleasure surges through you as you scream over Aphrodite's naked body. She lays back on the bed beside you, gasping for breath. Oh my god. You lock eyes across the bed, admiring the way she looks in the moonlight, the smell of her on your sheets. Aphrodite, we have to talk now. Actually talk. Make me mad again. That was really odd. What? No, we're not having sex again. I really should go. The way that they were like, no, I hate you, and then, oh, bam, sex. Why is that one of the gayest things I have ever seen? What? Oh, hell no. Little homosexuals they are, little baby gays. You throw a pillow at her as she climbs out of your bed. It bounces off her hip and she whirls around. Are you done? Because I am. Get back here and explain what just happened. It was a mistake. What the hell? You are the biggest jerk. Two's Co. had a no dating policy. That's why we can't keep seeing each other. We could both lose our jobs. That's bullshit. Secretly date. Do it. I'm just mad. I am in rage. We can't date her. I guess we're going for that angry, hate, fucking slow burn relationship. Honestly, let's do it. I mean, why not? She's hot, so... There's a deafening silence as Aphrodite's words sink in, and then you realise how ridiculous they are. You should have thought of that before you bought me dinner. I did, and then I just said screw it, because I'm kind of an idiot sometimes. Look, I like you, Valentina, but we're gonna stay away from each other as much as possible from now on. That is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. This whole policy is downright stupid. We could lose our jobs. So we're just supposed to be not turned on when we see each other? It's not that simple. Oh my God, Valentina. You're back in bed again. Your whole body is still quivering with aftershocks of ecstasy. You struggle to shake them as they sit up. They are the most lesbians I know. They are very, very, very gay. I mean, like, this whole hate fucking thing. Gay. Okay, no. We have to talk about this at a normal volume, like adults, without turning into rabbits. You get out of the bed, pointing to the opposite side of the room. Stand there and face the wall. Oh, I do like a woman who bosses me around. Aphrodite sighs, hobbling out of bed and across the room. Once she faces the wall, you turn around and do the same. Okay, Aphrodite, are you attracted to me? Hard yes. And we're going to see each other a lot at work, right? This is going to be so hard. You hear the genuine strain in her voice and turn to look at her, only realizing she's been staring at you the whole time. She winks. Nice butt. I give you one rule to follow. You lob another pillow at her. She yelps and holds her hands up in surrender. Admit it, you're trying to figure out how we can get away with this. Scared of how much you already feel for me. Do not call me out when you're thinking the exact same thing. Rivals with benefits does have a ring to it. And don't dangle such a tempting offer in front of me when you know neither of us are allowed to follow through. I really can't lose this job, Valentina. It's all I have, and being CEO is everything I want. So then we'll have to figure out how to deal with the chemistry so it doesn't cost us both our jobs. Hello, Alessia and Sam Dalton. Nice to see you again. Seems like as good a time as any to start. Aphrodite picks her clothes off the ground and starts to dress. You can only watch, feeling something heavy settle in your stomach. Once she's dressed, she approaches you, settling into an easy smile you can't help noticing lacks a little heart. I'll see myself out. See you at work, Valentina. She hesitates a second, then reaches out and brushes her knuckles along your jaw before turning abruptly and leaving your room. Night, Aphrodite. You listen to her footsteps grow fainter until your front door opens and closes. A few hours later, still way too early, you drag your feet to the front door as the doorbell incessantly rings. Who the hell? Morning, I got you breakfast. Maggie bounds inside as you open the door, setting a coffee and a croissant on the table and laying out a garment bag. Do you know where I live? I'm your assistant. I have to know that kind of stuff. And I have some bad news. The other matchmakers have all heard about Veronica's new hire by now, and they're not happy. Great, it's just what I need. Grumpy co-workers who already don't like me. Don't worry, I planned ahead. I picked up this outfit on the way so you can make a good impression on your competition. No, I told you it was going to be 25, and it's a no from me, baby girl. She already looks cute enough in that. It doesn't matter what I wear. I want to impress them with my skill. You and Maggie walk into the office a little while later, but Maggie freezes as you approach the elevator. Oh no. Oh, Maggie, have you found someone else's heels to nip at? And none other than Veronica's last-minute charity hire. Cute. I'm gonna take it that's the bitch that we spoke to earlier. I forgot her name because she's not important, but let me guess. Horrible attitude, arrogant sneer, you must be Deborah. She hides a smirk behind her hand as she looks you up and down. Showing up for your first day in that? I can't believe they let you in the building. Before you can reply, she slips into the elevator and the doors slide shut. As you fume, someone else steps up beside you. Going up? Or leave you joining me? Thinking about shoving Deborah out the window, actually. You sure you want to be in such close quarters with me already? I've got nothing to be afraid of, but if you don't think you can handle it, you can always wait for the next lift. But you probably shouldn't. Veronica hates when people are late, and we're cutting it close. Bing! How many times have I seen that lift animation? It lives in my dreams. The next elevator over dings open, and the three of you step inside, the air thickening with tension. So, ready to lose? Not ready to win. The competition is heating up. Will you be able to hold your own against all the other professional matchmakers? Of course we will, because it's choices, but we won't pretend that we know that. We'll just be like, wow, yeah, I have no idea. It's like a total mystery. Anyway, thank you for joining me on our newest book and on our first VIP book. I shall catch you all later. Have a good week. Stay frosty, puppies.